Let's check out museum mode. See what that's all about. Is it collectibles based on the movie? I'm guessing. It's in museum mode. This might just be all collectibles. But it'd be cool if it was a tutorial mission that I could play. Because these video tutorials ain't cutting it. No pun intended. I think the best way to learn anything is by having a little mission you can play. And most other games do that with a prologue mission or something. Just to, learn how to control your character. The buttons you need to push for abilities. Just simple things like that. Watching a video tutorial doesn't really give you as good of an understanding as actually playing through a tutorial mission. So it'd be cool if that was in here. Let's have a look around in museum mode and see what we can see. Front field. Here we go. What's this? What's this? Now we're talking. The music's kind of irritating me. Thank you. Welcome. Check in here to receive your photo checklist. Use your camera to take photos of objects on the list. Examine. Return here after you have checked off all the photos to claim a special stamp. Cool. Pretty Lady Dance. Marrow Melodies. GKB. What has 7 arms but no head and 5 legs but can't walk? A chicken nugget. I can kind of guess what that last one is. It's the car, right? No, that's not the license plate I'm looking for. Sunset. Who's that out the front? Is that Leatherface? What are you doing out here, Bubba? This is a famous dance. I used to always see this guy dancing in GIFs and whatnot. Now I've got to see the movie. The first movie. Swap. Huh. Feeling a bit peckish.
The opening shot. The armadillo in the opening shot of the film was an actual armadillo that production designer Robert Burns found on the side of the road and taxidermied himself. According to Robert Burns, the original script called for a shot of a dead dog on the side of the road, and then the camera would pan to the green van. After further thought, Tobe Hooper felt the dog was too domesticated to show in that light and deemed it too horrible for audiences. This is when an armadillo was decided to be their best bet, as it fit as a symbol for Texas. Robert Burns then found a dead armadillo on the side of the road and took it home himself to taxidermy the animal. This is how the opening shot of the film was born.
Good move. To have a dog would have been a bit much. Okay. My God, the rotation of this camera is so slow. Just turn this sensitivity up a bit. Inventory. That's for camera, okay. Pretty Lady Dance exterior. Marrow Melodies Car Graveyard. GKB 636 Car Graveyard. Okay, we got something with 7 arms. Blah blah blah. Front field. Chicken Nugget Barn. Let's head to the barn, eh? We had to lock the barn due to some teenagers trying to break in. If you forget the code, look at the cook's truck. This is kind of like Friday the 13th. Did this sort of stuff. Is it the same creators? There was kind of like a museum mode, single player in Friday the 13th. And you had to figure out little codes and stuff to unlock certain areas of the house through trivia from the movies. I think that's all this is. I was kind of hoping for some sort of a single game player tutorial. Why are we looking at a bush?
During production, Gunnar Hansen was very generous to his co-stars, particularly during the chase scene. There was a shot where Sally, Marilyn Burns, was supposed to get her hair caught in a bush, but breaks herself free before Leatherface can catch her. When they shot the scene, though, Burns didn't run off as scripted. Hansen originally thought that she wanted to linger in front of the camera a bit for her close-up. Instead of going in for the kill, Hansen began using the chainsaw to trim the bush to give Burns more time. He later discovered that his assumption about why she stopped was completely wrong. Her hair had actually been caught in the brush and she could not get free. Burns recalled to Hansen, "Oh God, I thought you were going to really hurt me. When we were in the mesquite bushes and my hair was getting caught, well, you couldn't see through your stupid mask and I don't know if that was a trick or not, but I was told you couldn't see and you couldn't see where you were going. So I had to hurry and get out of there fast. I'm thinking, he's really going to get me. Plus you were damn scary."
I don't know if any of this is watchable. Unless you're a fan of the movie, I suppose. It's not really exciting, is it? Okay, car graveyard. How much of a graveyard when you got 2 cars?
Car. In one notable scene in the original film, the cook approaches the house and sees the hitchhiker. They have an altercation at the truck where the cook beats the hitchhiker with a broom handle and clearly shows off the relationship between the two characters. The reason that the scene works so well is that it's entirely real. Jim Sedow, the cook, was actually beating Ed Neal, the hitchhiker.
Sadistic. Trying to read what it says in the dust. HH. Weird. Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Back when he was cool. I really don't know if I bother recording any of this. It's kind of pointless. I'll keep going for now.
Fake hammer, real impact. The scenes in the movie with the sledgehammer seem real, and there's good reason for that. Though the prop master Bob Burns made a fake hammer with a foam rubber head, there were still complications. Leatherface actor Gunnar Hansen recalled hitting actor William Vail while filming Kirk's death scene. I was completely charged up on adrenaline, skittishly hopping back and forth as if I were speeding. So when Bill tripped and I stepped out of the shadows, I actually hit him in the face with the sledgehammer. Fake or not, it left its mark. In the pivotal dinner scene, actor Marilyn Burns, who played Sally, was actually struck and bled. I went to the bucket, said Burns, and then Grandpa hit me over the head with the other prop that was a piece of steel, a sledgehammer. That hurt. That wasn't fake. As Hansen noted, some of the blood in Sally's hair is actually Marilyn's.
I remember thinking that watching the movie. Thinking, even if that is a fake hammer, it seems like it was pretty heavy when it was falling into the steel bucket. And even if it is fake rubber, it's gonna hurt if it hits her on the head. I'm gonna head back over to this graveyard because I'm still trying to find this license plate. It starts with G. Ah, here we go. Yeah, look, I'll keep with this. I find it interesting, you know, going around, exploring, getting some movie trivia. So someone else might find it interesting. I think I'll stick with it. I'll probably put it up as a separate video. You know, wander around and read some trivia, get some trivia read to us, see if we can find these clues, take some photos. Yeah. I can't be the only one that likes this stuff, you know. A bit slower paced. Shake it up a little. So I've got to get in this barn. So I need Cook's truck. It's up here, right? There's a truck out the front. What's this? Oops. Sorry.
Escape hatch. When Sally, Marilyn Burns, escapes by jumping out the window, the glass was actually breakaway sugar glass, made by Bob Burns and Mary Church. In fact, Mary did the stunt of jumping out the window. A mattress and some empty boxes were placed outside the window for her to land on, but setting up the shot took a long time. With the humidity of the Texas summer, the breakaway glass began to dissolve. When I went through it, I was like a glass woman because now I had little particles stuck all over me because the stuff was wet, Mary said. If they'd waited probably another 45 minutes, I don't know if there'd been any glass in those windows. Truck. For the film, Gunnar Hansen found Leatherface's voice while driving in Austin, Texas. I remember exactly where I was. I had just turned south on Rio Grande from 19th Street, just south of the university. In a once elegant neighborhood of multi-story houses slowly being transformed into funky offices for lawyers and architects, from somewhere deep inside, I let out a piercing, agonizing howl. A big howl. I had to stop the car. The hair was standing up on my neck and arms. An unpleasant tingle ran down my spine. I was frightened. I drove home and went to bed, pulling the covers over my head. I don't ever want to make that sound again.
You got a bit too much in character. 5468, 5468, 5468, 5468, 54. Is there here nothing? 5468. Open sesame. Anyone hiding? Nope. Alright, chicken. Yeah. I'll get to you in a minute.
Chicken Nugget. The game's composer, Ross Tregenza, used real chickens for the audio for Nugget. He luckily had a close friend and fellow composer that owned a farm with several chickens. The name Nugget was born from brand strategy lead Matthew Zepp. The name is a nod to the longtime nickname of his nephew.
Stay still, chicken. I need your picture. You little nugget. So we checked that one off. Marrow Melodies. I remember seeing some wind chimes somewhere. Made out of bones. Marrow Melodies. Yeah. It's back here somewhere. Yep, here we go. Marrow Melodies. Another one checked off. It's a pretty lady dance in something with 7 arms and 5 legs. There's a lady over here. Hello.
Booty shorts. A lot of shots were set up on the fly during principal photography by Daniel Pearl and Toby Hooper. One such shot, that Hooper would years later call the best shot in the film, was no exception. That shot, of course, being the iconic shot of Pam approaching the family house. Cinematographer Daniel Pearl was laying flat on a dolly with the camera tilted up. The goal of the shot was to make the house appear bigger and bigger in the frame as Pam approached it.
Sure, that's what it was for. So that's not the pretty lady that I'm looking for. If she's in there, she's not going to be dancing. Hang on a second. I could swap his outfit. And he had a lady mask. Yeah. There it is. Pretty lady dance. Duh, it even has a bloody thing there telling me I can take a photo. Alright. One left. 7 arms and 5 legs. Maybe like a table has legs. Yeah, maybe a table or a chair. Chair. Where did I see that chair? Here it is. Of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the arms on the side, 7 arms.
Hey there!
Alright, Psycho. That's it. Let's go hand this in. So that says outside. I'm guessing we go inside. Where's my new checklist? To go inside? Hello? Okay, need another code. Hang on a second. Little meat dude. 19. What was it? 1973. It's all roped off. It is like a museum in here. How am I supposed to get in there? Hello? This place is very noisy. Alright, we've got another checklist. Skull wall. Family dinner. Crisp Kringle living room. Grandpa's arm candy. Grandpa's room. Frames of fear. And revoked licenses. Completed checklist required. So let's go. Skull wall should be easy to find, right? Can we shut the door? The brightness contrast is throwing me off. Ah, the ropes got removed. Chicken head. Somewhere there's a chicken running around. Very confused. Add to inventory. Huh? Maybe we can go stick this with the rest of the chicken. Chicken head has been added to your inventory. Remains by Wes Keltner and Jim Barney. Haze, bitter, isolated, tragic, forgotten, echoes, restitution, teeth, play track, stop track. Are these copyrighted? Am I going to get a copyright strike for these? This is by Wes Keltner and Jim Bonney. I'm not going to risk it, man. I'm not going to risk it.
Makeup set. Gunnar Hansen shared a lot of praise for his fellow cast members. In the 40th anniversary Blu-ray release's audio commentary, Hansen notes that actor Jim Sedow, the cook, was probably the only actor in the movie who could look benign and then become extremely evil without any makeup.
Well, he does have a rather distinct face. Don't need much changing. Oh, it's the family dinner. There it is. Let's get some trivia before we get a photo. Swap. Examine. Swap. Swap. We gotta put the heads on the right spots. Probably, and looks like we're gonna put the chicken on the table instead of the armadillo.
Skin lampshades. Why was the film marketed as being based on true events? According to Kim Henkel, the film's marketing of being based on true events evolved over production. The famous crawl, for instance, was implemented to mark the story as an historical event that was more captivating, but wasn't meant to be taken seriously. Another inspiration for the story were tales Tobe Hooper was told by his family as a young child. They told him stories of a killer from Wisconsin that would use human skin for lampshades. This Wisconsin killer was the infamous Ed Gein.
I think I see what this sound is so I can turn it off. There was no breath in them. There's someone reading Bible verses while drunk. I'm sure many people have heard that. I think that's what it's coming from the radio there, right? Yeah. Alright, so we got the dining table. What else are we going to find? Chris Kringle living room. Grandpa's arm candy. Frames of fear. Revoked licenses. Skull wall. Right, let's get this sorted out, eh? So what we need is Leatherface's head's got to be over there, and the cook's got to be over there, and the hitcher's got to be over here. And we're going to put the chicken on the table. Here we go.
The dinner scene. The infamous dinner scene was a long, trying shoot. Plastic surgeon W.E. Barnes created the makeup for Grandpa, and it took nearly 10 hours to apply to actor John Dugan. A lot of pieces and parts went into creating Grandpa's look. But because they were down to their last set of makeup parts, the crew had to shoot every scene involving Grandpa all in one day. The grueling shoot was one of the hottest days of the production, with temperatures over 100 degrees. The set windows were blacked out with black plastic in a house filled with cameras and lights that reached as high as 120 degrees inside. Because of the extreme heat on set, the food at the dinner table started to rot. The smell on set was ghastly for the entire cast and crew. All of the bones on the set were real, and combined with the lights that made them burn, released an unbearable smell. The combination of the stench with the extreme heat made a lot of the crew sick, and they'd take frequent trips outside to throw up. In the end, the brutal set brought a real rawness to the film. The shoot in total lasted nearly 32 hours for some of the crew.
Jeez. Not consecutive hours, right? Shoot in total. Yeah, that's a family dinner. That's why didn't it check it off? No? What have we got wrong here? Okay, I don't think the armadillo's meant to be there. I think we need something else. Something's missing. What are we missing? It's a skull of some kind, I think. It's hidden behind the chicken. No, that's there. Ah, okay. There's two different versions of the cook. Well, I need one with him leaning over. I've got to smack him on the back of the head till he leans over. There's a cup supposed to be sitting there in front of him. Some square thing sitting in front of the hitchhiker. Plates. We need plates. We need cutlery. Oh, let's keep looking around. This is a living room, right? There's something about a crisp Kringle. Living room. Crisp Kringle. Crisp Kringle. What a burnt Santa Claus. Crisp Kringle. Crisp Kringle. Maybe this isn't the living room. Let's have a look around the rest of the house. This, yeah, here we go. Yeah, this looks like a living room.
Genuine bone furnishings. The bones used for props were real animal bones found at a veterinarian boneyard and a cattle pasture. Art director Robert Burns led the charge of designing most of the bone props, like furniture and light fixtures.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Speaking of light fixtures, we need more light in this house. Look at the like I look up, everything goes black. I look down. Is there a light I could turn on somewhere? It's so dark in here. I've already got the brightness cranked. Hello?
Scaring a child. In the original movie shoot, the caterer, Sally Nicolau, was married to the location sound recordist, Ted Nicolau. The day they shot the meat hook scenes, Sally brought their then 3-year-old daughter, Karina, to set when she was delivering lunch. Unfortunately, little Karina saw Terry McMinn, Pam, on the meat hook and began crying and screaming. Her father recalled, "I was in the living room while we were shooting that scene, and she came running in and skidded to a stop and just went completely white. Started screaming and crying, and went running out of the house."
Yeah, don't bring your kids to a set with that kind of gore. Come on. Like at least prep him first beforehand and sort of explain that it's all make-believe and puppetry. And so this is the living room. I don't know. I don't see a crisp Kringle. Ah. There he is. There he is. Poor Santa. Let's try and get him in focus. There we go. That's funny. Wasn't there a story in the original Gremlins movie Phoebe Cates' character tells of the reason why she hates Christmas? I say original Gremlins movie, they haven't remade that, thankfully. So I don't know why I said original. I think I meant the first Gremlins movie. Yeah, Phoebe Cates tells the story of why she hates Christmas. If you know, you know.
Curtain. Alan Danziger played Jerry, the van driver in the film. He prepared for his first on-camera meeting with Leatherface by being blindfolded. When the blindfold was removed for the initial take, he was so terrified that he ran out of the room.
Okay, so we got that one checked off, the crisp Kringle. Grandpa's arm candy. Grandpa's room, that's upstairs. I'm pretty sure Frames of Fear revoked licenses. Family dinner we're gonna fix. And Skull Wall. Good crawl space, but I can't get down there.
Scaring a child.
Oh, we already did that one. Sing us a song, Sam. Does it play us a song, Sam? I don't know. Bit before my time. Skull Wall. I'm not taking a photo of a picture, right? Frames of Fear. Nah, nothing fearful about those frames. Could be window frame, picture frame, glasses. I think Skull Wall's back this way. I'm not in the right spot. Okay, let's get over here then. Ah, what? I gotta repair it. Dag nabbit. Dang it. Okay, I'll repair it. That's use item. Okay, with 3 missing pieces. Let's keep looking. Tell me if you see anything. Besides the dead body in there laying on the table.
He really cut her. According to Gunnar Hansen, he really cut Marilyn Burns' finger in the infamous grandpa feeding scene. The prop knife, designed to pump out fake blood, wouldn't work after several takes. Finally, when no one was looking, Gunnar Hansen removed the tape from the knife that made it dull and really cut Marilyn's finger. Knowing this, that would mean that actor John Dugan, Grandpa, sucked on the actual blood of Marilyn Burns.
I don't know, man. Urban legend. What do you reckon? You know what I mean? Is that story true? Come on. I know back in the day, in the 70s, they did things differently, making horror movies. They used real life dead animals instead of pretend dead animals and things like that. I'm kind of glad they don't do stuff like that anymore. I like the practical special effects of the older movies compared to CGI that gets overused today. Some people still use the practical effects, which is good. But as far as actually, like, I removed the thing from the prop knife that kept it dull and really cut her finger. I don't know, man. I don't buy that. It sounds like a story. Sounds like a story someone made up in an interview. Do you know what I mean? Especially like directors, actors, they do interviews promoting movies, or even interviews years after a movie's come out, and they like to bullshit every now and then. Sometimes, you know, for their own ego, sometimes for just to play a practical joke on the interviewer, and sometimes they just do it just because they get sick of answering the same questions over and over and over again, and they're like, I'll just make something up and they'll put it in print because no one checks to see if this stuff's real. No one corroborates these stories. He's just printed anyway. Musicians do that too. Musicians, when they get interviewed, they'll just feed the interviewer some crap and they'll buy it. So I don't know, man. I don't believe that one. Maybe you did. But if you would you take that if you were an actress? I suppose if this is a low budget film, it's your first foray into being an actress, and you want to make it to the big time, maybe you'd put up with the dude cutting your finger. I suppose back then too, yeah, people did do whatever it took a lot more. They let directors get away with treating them like crap, I suppose, a lot more, actors and actresses back then. So maybe, I don't know, I just don't buy it. Because there's allowing somebody to scream and yell at you and treat you like dirt. And then there's allowing somebody to cut your finger and get away with it.
Kim and Toby before Texas. Kim Henkel and Toby Hooper met during the filming of Hooper's 1969 film Eggshells. 4 years later, they would go on to create the production company Vortex Inc. and co-create the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Another Texas Chainsaw actor was also part of the Eggshells cast. Alan Danziger, better known as Jerry to Chainsaw fans, co-starred in the earlier film.
You're not on my checklist. You get back in that freezer. You ain't getting out of there.
Possible titles. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre wasn't the first or even second title of the film. The first two working titles were Head Cheese and Leatherface. Head Cheese was the first working title of the film, though, for most of principal photography. Leatherface was the working title until late into production, when it was finally given the official title of The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Kim Henkel and Toby Hooper intended for the title to be spelled Chainsaw, but once the press were sent information on the film, and when the original poster was produced, the spelling got twisted into chainsaw.
You know, it's funny, when I put up my first video, I put in chainsaw as 2 words because that's the name of the game. And I'm like, is that correct? Is it chainsaw or chainsaw? And I had to Google it to see, and didn't really get a definitive answer. I think the widely accepted proper spelling is 1 word. So I think I left it as 2 words because the name of the game is Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, I didn't think it looked right. Chainsaw.
Cheap thrills. Screenwriter Kim Henkel has said that one of the reasons he and Tobe Hooper wanted to make a horror film was their limited budget. If you have relatively little money, what are your possibilities? Henkel says. The clear answer was some sort of genre piece. Horror was the easiest because we felt that we didn't have to have any names in the cast. Production values weren't nearly so important as in some other realms, so it became the natural choice.
Is that why I like no-name casts? You know, it takes you a good 10 minutes into a movie to usually forget you're watching a Tom Cruise or someone like that. Some people you can't forget. Some people, I watch them in a movie and I just can't get past the fact that I'm staring at somebody who's a big name, and it kind of distracts me from the story. If it's a good story, it helps. They tend not to be sometimes. Maybe that's why. But if they're a good enough actor, you can forget quicker that you're watching a big name. But I tend to like more the older horror movies because they have no-name casts. It's like even with TV series, when a TV series first starts, like The Walking Dead, when it first started, for me, it was a no-name cast. I know some people, like my partner later on, was like, oh yeah, that, Rick was in, I don't know, some Muriel's wedding or 4 weddings in a funeral or one of those. And I'd never seen that movie, so I didn't recognise him. For me, everybody in that cast was a no-name, except for Morgan. I remember was in Jericho years before with Skeet Ulrich, pretty much playing the same type of character he played in The Walking Dead. Yeah, everyone else was no-name. I like no-name casts because you're not focusing on the name, you're focusing on the character they're playing. So when you got a low budget, you tend to have a no-name cast. Makes sense. It's another thing. I tend to like the low budget ones as well. You got the cheaper sort of practical effects. You've got a no-name cast. You haven't got an over-the-top musical score trying to tell you when you need to jump and when you need to start to feel scared and all that sort of stuff. And, it happens naturally. I like that stuff. A ram skull. This ram died in a bad way. I'll take that because I know where I got to put it. Out here on the skull wall. Where do I have to put it? The one's got big bug eyes and a sort of a shorter nose. I think it's the horny one in the middle there. No. Where's it go? Doesn't go there. Goes over here on the left. Pretty sure it goes there. Yeah. One down. This place is huge. Can we go outside yet? Oh, we were out there earlier, weren't we? Running around? Yeah. I don't know. It was a couple of days ago, I forget. No one in this freezer. Crawl space.
Friend of Leatherface. Since both of her parents were working on the film, 3-year-old Karina Nicolau was often on set and struck up a friendship with Leatherface actor Gunnar Hansen. He recalled their interactions. She had never liked my Leatherface mask. She was sitting with me one day while I waited for a shot setup. When Dottie, makeup artist Dorothy J. Pearl, came to put on my mask, it horrified Karina. As soon as it covered my face, she started screaming. I had Dottie pull it off. "See?" I said, "it's just me." She calmed down, but when I put the mask on again, she started screaming again. I realized she was too young to make the leap, to see my transformation from Gunnar to Leatherface and understand that I was still under the mask. So I made sure she never saw me in the mask after that, at least until the unfortunate meat hook scene. Ashtray. Actors are paid varying amounts for their work in film. For his voiceover in the opening monologue of the film, John Larroquette was paid with a single joint. Recent reports, however, suggest that his rate has gone up. Preparing for the role. To prepare for the role of Leatherface, Gunnar Hansen went to Austin State School, which was a 95-acre residential and training facility for adults with developmental disabilities. He was there several days to pick up the residents' mannerisms and how they walked and talked. It was important to Gunnar to portray the character authentically, without making a mockery of those who suffer from developmental disabilities.
Another little outside area.
The Apprehension Engine. Gun Interactive's own Wes Keltner led the direction of music for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. One day, Wes was at home brainstorming, and in the background he had 2015's The Witch playing. He wasn't watching the film, but was more listening to it. The sounds and music in the film struck him as he was listening. He asked himself, what instruments are they using to make those unique sounds? It turned out, those sounds were created by an apprehension engine. Wes was able to track down Tony Dugan Smith, who makes roughly 6 of these instruments a year, and was informed that the apprehension engine took around 7 months to build. Wes then had the honor to have a meeting with film composer and creator of music for The Witch, Mark Corvin. It was at this meeting where Corvin said, "Forget everything you know about playing guitar and other instruments. Approach the apprehension engine like a child, and experience and discover." From there, the direction of sounds for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game were born.
The Witch was a good movie. I liked that movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I know some people won't like it. It's got a slowish build, you know what I mean? But I was drawn in by their accents, the period accents and the setting, and I don't know, it drew me in. I liked it. Okay, Grandpa's room I'm pretty sure is upstairs. I need to finish searching down here first. Family dinner, skull wall, grandpa's arm candy, frames of fear, revoked licenses. Do you reckon revoked licenses is outside? Let's go look, let's go see grandpa. Is he there? There's a basement too. Yeah, we'll go see grandpa first. Skulls. See, I need one that looks just like that. Full of delicious soda, pop, or Coke, depending on your region. 1939. Quick soda. I knew we were gonna find somebody. I knew we were gonna find somebody eventually.
One outfit, 32 days. Actors only had one set of their wardrobe. The actors had to wear the same clothing for the entire 32-day shoot, 12 to 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. For fear of fading or being damaged, they couldn't wash the clothes. So the actors wore the same clothes unwashed for 32 days straight, in 95 to 100-degree Texas heat. According to the crew, Gunnar Hansen stunk of body odor worse than anyone on set by the end of the shoot.
Even the guy who played Leatherface had to... Wow. Yeah, he would have stunk bad. I think that's kind of cool though, because it kept the, again, it kept the clothes looking authentically dirty. From, you know, running around in them all day. And they were driving along in their combi van in the heat. Your clothes are gonna smell, as apparently they did. They should look like they smelled. It added to the authenticity of it. Alright, gee, alright. The poltergeist downstairs needs to shut up. I get a flashlight. Awesome. Didn't activate till I walked in here. I was wondering how I was going to see. Hello? Who shut the door on me? There's another chicken. God damn it. Not scaring me. I'll take that.
Box office success. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre grossed over $30 million at the box office in North America and sold over 16 million tickets. With inflation, the film would have made over $150 million in box office earnings today.
Another reason why sometimes low budget is better. Spend too much money on movies these days. Lucky to break even.
Spring of '73. Kim Henkel and Tobe Hooper spent January and February of 1973 writing the script, but production moved on rather quickly after that. They were shooting the movie by summer of 1973. Production manager Ron Bozeman would go on to work on another film that featured cannibalism. In 1992, he won an Academy Award as a producer for The Silence of the Lambs.
Cool. Got a chain on the ground. I think we've got enough skulls for the skull wall. Frames of fear. Revoked licenses. Poltergeist is back again.
Can't see, damn it. Who did that? Just don't touch my body. It's mine. I found it. This photo seems to be part of a series, but looks like it belongs somewhere else. Frames of fear. Ouch. That's a weird little collection. Kind of handy. Handy placement. Somebody's a foot fan. Shush! I don't know, man. Maybe I should be playing the role of a, not a member of the family in this situation. I think I'm more of somebody that's come to the museum and there's some weird happenings going on while I'm here.
No living animals were harmed. Initially, art director Robert Burns wanted set pieces of real dead cats and dogs. The crew acquired dead animal carcasses from a veterinarian and actually tried to embalm them with formaldehyde. Makeup artist and production assistant Dorothy Pearl, at the time the wife of the film's cinematographer Daniel Pearl, was injecting a dead animal with formaldehyde when she accidentally injected into her own leg through the animal. Toby Hooper then ordered that the dead animal carcasses had to be thrown out. The crew poured gasoline to cremate them, but the stench from the smoke from the bonfire started to make its way into the family house and added to an already foul stench set.
Told you they did things differently back in the day. Again, glad they don't do that anymore. Supposedly. Nothing in here. Let's go back to this photo room. Another picture. Another one. Somebody looks like they're staying here. There's a mattress. Someone snapped my photo as I came out of that room.
Ah, here we go. This has got to go on the table. Ah, okay. So how do I know what order they got to go in? It's a series. She gets grabbed. It's from the first movie, obviously. She arrives at the house. No, car. Leave the car first. Arrives at the house. Gets grabbed. Strung up on a hook. And then she's invited for dinner. Frames of fear. Check. Family dinner I might be able to do now. Skull wall with grandpa's arm candy and revoked licenses.
Hitchhiker's camera. The make and model of the Hitchhiker's camera is a Polaroid automatic 230 land camera. It was manufactured and distributed from 1967 to 1969. This camera previously belonged to Maria Flores. The hitchhiker stole it after she was stalked and kidnapped by Johnny.
I gotta see the other movies, man. That's a reference to something I haven't seen. Maybe the sequels to the first two movies were prequels, if you know what I'm saying. Hello? I should watch them. I didn't intend to, but since I'm sort of getting into this game, I kind of want to now. Check that one. I think I'm going to go do the ones downstairs before I continue with these ones up here. Alright. Stuck on something. I don't know what I'm stuck on. Okay, plate. Do they all have to have plates? Damn. I think I need to find another set of plates for cook. Actually, sausages, cup and a bowl. Sausages on a plate, cup and a bowl. I think that's got to go in front of Hitcher here, right? Bowl up top, sausages in front. Yeah. Cup. Yeah. Okay. I need more. What else did I find? The skulls. So I got a hornless one and a long horny one. The long horny one goes down low. Hornless one here. There we go. Okay, that was it for down here, right? Let's go back upstairs. Okay. Back upstairs. Oh, that's right, there's a downstairs. Let's check down here first.
Blood spatter. One of the reasons that blood and gore are limited in the film is because Tobe Hooper and Kim Henkel felt that fear and intensity were more important. According to screenwriter Kim Henkel, he and Tobe Hooper reached out to the MPAA to discuss the guidelines to avoid getting slapped with an X rating. Apparently, the investors of the film were terrified that the film would get an X rating, so all these thoughts were front of mind during production. Ultimately, Hooper and Henkel's original vision of inflicting fear and intensity with the gore and blood implied worked to the film's benefit and made a bigger impact.
Agree. Sometimes implying something is better than over the top. You know what I mean? In my opinion. If you're going to do over the top, at least have it be practical effects. I can't stand when they do CG blood splatter. And then you see this happen in TV series. They do all this CG blood splatter when zombies' heads get cut off and there's blood spraying everywhere. And then they cut to the person who decapitated the zombie and there's not a spot of blood on them. Even though you could quite clearly see blood went everywhere. But no blood on their clothes, no blood on their face, nothing. Because they add in the blood effects later with CG. And yeah, it just, and plus sometimes you can tell it's CG, it looks so bad. Yeah, even like with practical effects, if it's too over the top, sometimes it kind of ruins it. Implied works better. Like with scares, sometimes the monsters, you can go a whole movie and not get to see the monster and still have it be scary. You know, one movie I'm probably going to cop some flack for this is if Nope. If you've seen Nope, keep listening. If you haven't seen Nope, stop listening for a second. When I'm done mentioning Nope, will be when I'm back out of this little barrel dialogue text box. Nope. Okay. I went into that movie after having seen Get Out, and Get Out I really liked it. I watched Nope and it was cool. It was building. I was like, you don't get to see the monster. It's just implied, and I liked it. It was cool. If you are going to have a monster reveal, sometimes not having one is better when the monster reveal is bad. Me, I didn't like the monster in Nope. It looked like a flying sombrero. I didn't like it. I liked the build up to wondering what it was, and then you finally get to see it, and it looked like a cross between a hot air balloon and a kite of a flying sombrero or cowboy hat. I don't know. It just, I was like, really? That big pillowy thing? I just couldn't. Yeah, that was a letdown for me. I was like, I can't see that as being what it was built up to be, as being scary, as being like
I don't know. It was a letdown. I know some people probably liked it. I get if it's a giant type squid-like monster that it's from another planet or something. Maybe it's from our oceans. But if it's from our oceans, it would have the depths of our oceans have a what's the word? The pressure. There's pressure at depth. I don't know. I'm sure there's some scientific explanation as to why a creature like that might look big and pillowy in our skies, but not look like that when it's in the ocean or in space. I don't know. It just didn't look realistic to me. It looked like a big hot air balloon. A CG hot air balloon of a cowboy hat or a sombrero. Anyway. I liked the movie up till that point. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to back out of here now. Ooh, we got another lock. Okay, I'm guessing I've got to complete this checklist card like the one upstairs, and then I'll get a stamp that will allow me downstairs with some bodies under the stairs. Okay, let's back up the top, try and find Grandpa. Grandpa's room closed for renovations? Grandpa! What? Okay, let's see what letters we got here. See if we can solve this without finding the answer. CATSPOML. It's the same on every ticky-tacky thing, right? I suppose there's a lot of different... Yeah, no, we're going to have to find the answer. You can make a lot of different words. Like, do I go cast? You know what I mean? There's too many permutation. Cost. Pass. Yeah. Nah, we're gonna have to find the answer. Grandpa's arm candy. Grandpa's room. Maybe something to do with candy.
Jim Sedow's toughest scene to get right was the broomstick clubbing at the gas station. Since the prop was an actual wooden broom handle, he was afraid of hurting his fellow actor in the scene. After several takes of it looking fake, Sedow really struck his fellow actor in the final take. It was an exhausting shoot for everyone, but Marilyn Burns had it as bad as anyone on set. She did several takes of diving through the doorway of the gas station, and each time she would land knee first on the hard concrete floor, so many times that the floor tore up and severely bruised her knees.
Yeah, added to the authenticity. That's why they did stuff differently back in the day, and low budget. But yeah, some of it looks real because it's real. I got no problem with that, as long as they're not using animals to do that stuff.
Hitchhiker's pocket knife. This weapon is a nod to everyone's favorite unlikable character, Franklin, from the 1974 film. According to creative director Ronnie Hobbs and designer Rob Fox, they knew the likelihood of Franklin ever appearing in the video game was slim to none, so this was their way of including him as a small Easter egg.
They knew the likelihood of Franklin ever appearing in that video game was slim to none. So this was their way of including him as a small Easter egg. Why? Why he didn't want to appear in it? I'm also wondering, in the second movie you had that weird dude with a metal plate in his head.
That guy was gross and creepy. He's not in the video game so far that I can see either.
Sissy's Straight Razor. After Kim Henkel and creative director Ronnie Hobbs finished designing Sissy's look and backstory, the only question left was what type of weapon would she carry. According to Kim's secret catalog of character concepts, he always envisioned Sissy wielding some type of straight razor, a small, portable weapon that could stay hidden until just the right time. It's petite and deadly, just like Sissy. It fit her personality perfectly. So even though the hitchhiker carries it in the original 1974 film, it did in fact previously belong to Sissy. As far as what happened to her, or where Sissy is during the 1974 film, well, that's a story for another time.
Sounds like the sequels were prequels. I need to watch them. Before I go any further downstairs in this game. I need to watch those. Then when I'm done watching those, I'll come back and do the next checklist, I think, just to be safe. I think I'm safe doing this one though. Because I've sort of got a little bit of a backstory on Sissy from this and seen a little bit of her in the video game of what she looks like and stuff, I might actually be more into the movie that she's in. I don't think I've really seen anything that's going to spoil too much and ruin it for me. So we've got two little birds. There's no reference. No, revoke the licenses, Grandpa, family dinner. Revoke the licenses. Ah, I've got to get the license plates from the cars outside. Yeah. Oop. Turn that.
Toby meets the cook. Director Toby Hooper offered the part of the old man, the cook, to Jim Seedow after they worked together in the 1971 film The Wind Splitter. They were both a part of the cast in said film. Hooper and Seedow weren't the only Texas Chainsaw Massacre alumni to work on The Wind Splitter. Ron Bozeman was the key grip, Kim Henkel was credited as the grip, and Sally Richardson was the assistant director.
Maybe I don't have to get these off the cars from outside. Might be in here. This is Cook's room. Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana. I think that's a reference to the license plates, right? And maybe what order they got to be in over there. It's like a map. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah. It's got the license plates laid out like the map. Closed Sundays.
News of the day. Toby Hooper wanted to parody the news reports of the day, which he considered televised lies, and so devised the opening voiceover, famously recited by actor John Larroquette.
He was in Is that the dude that was in Night Court? John Larroquette. Which was pretty funny. Used to watch it late at night. Late at night. Reruns of it when I was younger. I think that's who that is. Alright, we got all the license plates. Let's stick them on the map. A T M L. A for Arkansas. T for Tennessee. M for Mississippi. L for Louisiana. So license plates they stole off of victims' cars, I'm guessing. Family dinner. Let's go see if that'll work. And I can't get into Grandpa's room without a clue of some kind. Alright, family dinner. Maybe I could look out the window. There is a rope here near the window for some reason. Maybe there's a clue outside. Maybe something Grandpa could see out the window. No. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Somebody's armless. Many a crochet was done by this arm. Is that Grandma's arm? What am I missing? In reference to Grandpa's. Need a password, a 4-letter password. Maybe there's a photo of Grandpa somewhere. The camera. H and K. H and K. I guess we'll figure out who's making all that noise later in the basement, right? Hopefully I don't end up down there too. This way. Not gonna shut the door on me this time? Okay.
Production manager Ron Bose.
Who did that one? Wah. Ah, hang on. Was there a word on the Coke can? Was Grandpa into his Coke? 1939. It's a number. Need a word. Cola? Right? Soda, pop, or Coke. Depending on your region. We could try soda, Coke, cola. Soda, Coke, cola. Different stairs than the ones I came. Okay. Soda, Coke, cola. Yeah, that goes down to the TV room. Let's give this a shot. I think there's a T. No. Soda, Coke, or cola. I don't think there's a K either. No. Go cola. That's worth a shot. Okay, done everything down here. Check. What happened to the girl that jumped out the window? Maybe it's a reference to the radio. Haze, bitter, isolated, tragic, forgotten, echoes, restitution. I don't think there was any Z or anything on there. Stuck. Okay. Oh, this is the cook's plate. Is he going to lean over when I put his food in front of him? Grandpa's room. How do I get into Grandpa's room? I mean, that's. I've used some, different things for curtains over the years, but not clothing. Well, that's kind of a lie. I have, you put curtains up sometimes and the light still comes up from between the top of the frame and the curtains in your bedroom and you can't get to sleep at night. Well, at night. During the day when you're sleeping in. I've whacked some spare jumpers up across the top of the curtain to block the light coming up between the curtain and the frame. I've done that before. But not a whole curtain made out of clothes. Need a 4-letter word for Grandpa. What's his favourite 4-letter word? So he'll let us in. That's a different room. The infamous sliding door. Grandpa's favourite 4-letter word. What could it be? Let's go to this side door. Thought I saw something moving. Can't really get a good look. Don't think there's anything out here. At least not yet. Nope. You can't go wrong for a setting for a movie either than an old-timey, middle of the country, rundown house. You can't go wrong. I mean, I'm sure many people have been to one as a kid. They're creepy. They're cool. There's nothing out here. I don't know what Grandpa's favourite four-letter word is. I can probably think of a few, but I don't think the letters are available. This is another downstairs. How many downstairs areas are there? Well, I'm stumped. And not because Leatherface has removed one of my legs. At least not yet. Got any suggestions? No. I don't know, man. Don't like the way she's looking at me. That cold stare. Okay. Well, I don't know. I just try words at random. Grandpa's arm candy. Grandpa's room. Grandpa's arm candy. Grandpa's arm candy. Grandpa's arm candy. Arm candy. Arm candy. Arm candy. I'm going to see if I can get this girl to get flung out the window again. There we go. Grandpa's arm candy. What's arm candy? Arm candy. Shut up, Nugget. Like, I know what nose candy is. I don't know what arm candy is. Arm candy. I just thought I'd duck outside. Maybe there was something out here I missed that I'm supposed to use in there. I don't think that's so though. I think everything you need for the checklist is in relation to where that checklist is. The stuff out here was to finish the first checklist. Now the bony wind chimes.
Car radio. The song on the radio when the hitchhiker is picked up in the van is Roger Bartlett's Fool for a Blonde. Bartlett has said that Tobe Hooper chose the song because he thought the hitchhiker was a fool for Sally.
Can't blame him. So I missed that one earlier. Can't get in there. Fool for a blonde. So yeah, as I was saying, arm candy. if you didn't get what I was saying with nose candy is boogers, boogies, snot. You know, some people call that nose candy, especially for kids. I just realised what some people probably thought I was talking about when I said... No, I wasn't referring to cocaine. That's a different type of nose candy. I was more talking about when I was a kid, some people would call, yeah, adults would call kids that picked their nose and ate it. They would call those boogies nose candy. Oh, look at sunflowers. Stop eating nose candy.
Discrete flora. The flora around the house where most of the filming took place was populated by more than the cedar trees common to central Texas. The owners of the house were growing 2 acres of cannabis. They told the film crew that they could help themselves to the crop as long as they were discreet about the landlord's extracurricular gardening. According to sound recorder Ted Nicolau, I thought that was part of the reason for the confused discussions every day of what we were about to shoot.
I'm shocked and appalled that movie makers did drugs. Next you'll be telling me the musicians back in the day did it too. Well, I think I'm going to have to come back to this unless I can think of what the hell arm candy is. Okay, that's the door we were looking at earlier. Arm candy. I like arm candy. Is that like a trophy wife? Some people might call like a trophy wife or a trophy husband or someone that someone takes to a red carpet event. They take a bit of arm candy. Just, that they're not really their partner or a family member that they bring into the event. It's just a bit of arm candy. Is that a thing? How do I make that a 4-letter word? Arm candy. Are people picking the scabs off of their arms and calling it candy? Arm candy. I'm reaching like an arm. Reaching for answers. Arm candy. Now I'm just being stupid. That was intentional. I did it. That was unintentional. Now I'm thinking. I don't know. Arm candy. Do you have any ideas? Let me know. I'm just looking around out here in case I missed something from earlier, because I've already found a couple of things I missed. Maybe there's something else. You know what I just realised it is? Hang on, we got a hole. I think I already checked that shed over there though. I think I just realised what it is. I picked up an arm earlier that was under his door. Arm candy. Frickin' idiot. You know what? Maybe it's got a tattoo on it. Right? I'm just looking around. It's got a tattoo on it, I betcha. I bet you it's got a tattoo on it. And I've been running around trying to figure out what arm candy is. I'm looking for a word. I can't zoom in. I can click X to use. I cannot use that item here. Maybe I have to use it inside somewhere. And when I do that, I'll be given a word. It's got to be a 4-letter word, right? Not 3. Arm candy, arm, candy, candy. Candy? Candy, 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 I can't let you go.
Stop and turn. Gunnar Hansen's stop and turn move was an accident. The boots that Gunnar Hansen wore had 3-inch lifts to make him taller, though because of this, if he didn't stop suddenly and then turn, he would lose his balance and fall. The weight of the chainsaw also impacted his movements due to its sheer weight. So after falling on the first take, Gunnar stopped, turned, and one of Leatherface's signature moves was born. Kim Henkel would call it the Keystone move. The shot of his signature move was recreated in the unrated gameplay trailer of our game.
I just assumed after that one we found earlier made mention of him going to some place where he studied people's mannerisms and movements, and that was something he picked up from them. But it wasn't. Look, I'm out of here, man. Like, I've got a feeling stuff's gonna get weird if I go downstairs.
Behind the scenes photo, Armadillo. The crew at Gun Interactive were able to recreate the film's opening shot of an armadillo. When executive producer Ismail Vicens and brand strategy lead Matthew Zepp started their long drive back from one of their production trips to Texas, they noticed a dead armadillo on the side of the road. They quickly pulled off to the side of the road, dodging traffic at highway speeds, and snapped as many pictures as they could. They knew that this was completely unsafe, but they just couldn't pass up on the opportunity to get this shot.
I thought I'd come out onto the highway. And we found another one. I wasn't really going to leave. CR172. Nope. Because we found that armadillo earlier. We can't. We're stuck here. We're stuck here, Bubba. Are you really dead? Did you snap a shot at me earlier? You creepy bastard. Huh? Let's go back. Try candy. C-A-N-D-Y. I don't think there's a Y on the thing though. That's all I can think to do. It's gotta be up here somewhere. C. Well, let's see if there's a Y before we bother putting the rest of the letters in. No. Gotta find somewhere to stick this arm, I think. I don't know. I don't know. I'm never gonna get out of here. What are you talking about? You're just on the highway. You could have left. But you chose not to. Candy. I'm getting tired of this. Hello? I thought I'd just check these photo. Maybe it's just a pig downstairs. Candy. I don't know, man. I think I need to step away for a bit when I come back with fresh eyes. It's always a good tip. Just walk away, come back with fresh eyes, and I might see something that I'm missing. There we go, now she's outside. Quick run! Is the answer just staring me right in the face? I keep saying I'm going to walk away and come back to it, but I just can't stop. That's just... It's annoying me. I thought I was onto something when I thought of the tattoo. But there's no tattoo there. Hand, H-A-N-D. Don't think the letters on the combination make the word hand. Many a crochet was done by this arm. Is that a clue? Oh, it does actually say Grandma's arm. I'd only just noticed that. So I was right. Arm candy. Grandma was Grandpa's arm candy. Maybe the word is love. 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 My love. Sickos. Candy. Candy. Sugar sody pop. 1939. Maybe 1939. It's a number combination, the other one. I assumed it would be the stamp I need for completing the checklist. 1939 might get us into that room downstairs. Then we'll find something to do with arm candy. Now, there's 3 downstairs areas. Which one's got the lock? That's not that one. It's one with a barrel of slop. This is it. I think I've cracked it. I think this is what it's in reference to right here. What was the number again? Oh, damn it. 1939 or 1931. It was one of those. Damn. Well, that didn't work. Nope. I was wrong. Dagnabbit. Thought I had it. Thought I had it. Thought I cracked the case. Damn. Smash the bottle. Maybe there's something inside. Alright. I'll go have something to eat. And then I'll come back and try again. Museum mode uses an autosave feature and will save after each stamp is collected. All unsaved progress will be lost if you quit. Ah. Great. Saves after each stamp is collected. So if I leave now, I have to go to the checklist again. Really? What does it save after each check is completed? No, because that's not what it says. It says that it saves after each stamp is collected. We didn't collect the stamp. Damn. That sucks. Maybe just pause it and go and have a think. There. Nah. I'll quickly run around those ones because I know where they're at. Collect them again. Just won't record it. And then start again from me trying to figure out what the hell arm candy is. But all that'll be seamless. You didn't see anything. Okay. It's like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days since I attempted this last. But I'm back. I just quickly ran around because, like I was just saying, because it's seamless. Even though it's 2 or 3 days for me, it's only a few seconds for you. I didn't start press record right now until I had to run around and do everything in the house to get us up to where we were up to before. Because it doesn't save unless you've collected everything off of the checklist and handed it in. So even though I only needed one more thing, I had to run around and collect everything again, just quickly from memory, to catch up to where we're up to, and that was trying to figure out what Grandpa's arm candy is. But before we get on that, when I was running around, I think there's a little clue upstairs I didn't have a look at, or trivia in one of the rooms upstairs. And I'll get on to another thing I discovered too after that. Something I noticed when I was watching my video back to get it ready to upload to YouTube. You know, the first half of it. I'll put it all together maybe in one whole video. Anyway, enough rambling on. I figured out something else when I noticed it, but first, I don't think I did this one. You know, did the skin lampshade, did the radio, did the newspapers over here, grabbed the, you know, license plates and all that jazz, stuck them up there. I think I missed this little sign in the corner.
Family name. The family has gone by several surnames throughout the course of the franchise. However, their original surname is Slaughter. Though never spoken in the movie, it can be seen in faint letters on the sign above the gas station, W.E. Slaughter Barbecue. According to Gunnar Hansen, art director Bob Burns made the sign. He said that Toby and Kim were mighty proud of coming up with We Slaughter.
We Slaughter. I didn't even think of that. W.E. Slaughter. Yeah, no. Didn't spot that one last time. Cool. Okay. Well, the other thing that I discovered when I was running around outside doing the outside ones, my character crouched a couple of times. And I thought, I didn't think I could crouch. It's because, for some reason, in the museum mode, the crouch button is a different button. When you play the game mode, it's circle. So I tried pressing circle run when I was outside, and it wasn't working. Assumed you couldn't crouch. So all these little, like, the inside area has these little holes in the wall in certain spots. And I assumed you couldn't crouch through them because the circle button doesn't allow me to crouch. But if I press R1 and hold it, dude crouches. It's a different crouch button for museum mode. Why? I don't know. So what I'm going to do now is go round to any little spot I find, starting with this one. Even though through that hole I'm pretty sure that's a room I've already been in, but maybe one of these holes leads to a room I haven't been in, and it'll help us find Grandpa's arm candy. Even though I am still running around with his arm, which apparently is Grandma's, because maybe Grandma was Grandpa's arm candy. Maybe she has a 4-letter name and I've got to figure out what her name is. But anyway, first things first, let's try and crouch through a hole and see what happens. Hold R1 and you can crouch through the holes. Okay. Why they made the crouch button different for the museum mode, I don't know. Now I'm going to go around and try and crouch through any little hole I see, and maybe there'll be one that leads somewhere. There's another one here, but it's got something blocking it. Meh, I think that just goes through the same room I was just in. Here's another one. Yeah, so this is a room I've already been in as well. They probably all just lead to rooms I've already been in, damn it. But I gotta try it. There's this room where we get slammed in here. No? The creep's gone. Does this have a hole anywhere? So it goes through to there. You can't get through there. What's that? Oh, the calendar. Already did that one. That room is the suitcase room. Yeah, we were just in that room. Okay. Alright, where's this one go? Nope. It's the bedroom. I don't think any of them go anywhere. Dag nabbit. There's just little shortcut ways to get around the house. This Coke can's gotta mean something. Coke can, Coke bottle, 1939. Tried to put that number into the basement padlock. It didn't work. Maybe, look, let's just go to Grandpa's door. We try some 4-letter words. That's all I can do. I've tried soda, I've tried cola. Grandpa's arm candy. Here we are again. Deja vu. Deja vu. Deja du. Where's this one go? Oop. I think I just went through that one a second ago, didn't I? I ran in circles. Literally. Ran in circles in this frickin' house. Hang on, I'll just quickly look downstairs for any little holes. So we've got this door here too, but I think it has to be open from the inside because there's no way to open it out here. Yeah, I don't know why they made the crouch button different. That just totally
threw me off, but turns out it doesn't matter. I'm going to try 1939 again, because why not? There we go. Door's still locked. Alright. Let's go, I don't think there's any holes you can, other than that one in the shed that just is a hole in the side of the shed wall. Doesn't go anywhere but through the shed into the outside area, right? So other than that, I think there's no other holes around. I thought I spotted a trapdoor for a second. This one here, this goes through to here. Yeah. Oh well, turns out different button for the crouch button didn't delay me in any way, because they lead nowhere anyway. They might later though. Maybe there'll be one later. I was going to try this one in the shed, because why not? It's in this shed. Took a photo of the chicken. I went in here and I tried to crouch down and there's barrels blocking it anyway. Okay. Back we go. Try some 4-letter words. I can think of a good one right about now. Oh, Grandpa's room, Grandpa's room. Hello! Grandpa's room. This way. We're back. Grandpa's room. I just don't know why they got like the ropes set up like that. It's weird. Like it means something. And look, arm candy. Grandma was Grandpa's bird. His arm candy. Is that why they got birds here? Like what's the deal with the birds? They love birds. Grandpa's arm candy. They love birds. I'll try and take a picture, see what happens. Nope. That was worth a shot. Worth a shot. Gotta try these things. That would have worked in plenty of other games I've played. Grandpa's arm candy. Yep, let's just try some 4-letter words. Grandpa's arm candy. In Grandpa's room. Can't get in Grandpa's room. Alright. So I think there is a C. There is an O. Yeah, see I tried this before too, didn't I? And there is an A and an L, and cola doesn't work. Maybe one, like it's not like the shed door. Maybe I can put in the correct word and I've got to actually open it. No. Okay. I don't think there's a D. No, so we can't do soda. Soda, cola. Yeah, I'm just going to start trying some words. Mum. As in the American spells it mom. 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 Mama. Mama. It's supposed to be double M. So I didn't think that was going to work. What was Grandpa's name? I don't know. Maybe that's a bit of movie trivia for you. Did she even get given a name? She's just Grandma. Lisa. Miss. She was Miss. No. Mess. Mass. Mask. Mast. Like I'm just playing anagrams here. She had a really bad lisp. No. Chasm. She had a chasm for a mouth because she was always screaming at people. Where'd you think I was going with that? Get your mind out of the gutter. Case. Last. Grandpa's arm candy. The arm candy is in Grandpa's room, right? So the lock to this could be not even related to that clue. Past. Post. Possum. Possum. We need a possum. I'm hungry. Poop toss. Grandpa's arm candy. Elma. That's not down. It could have been her name. Elmo. She was a fan of Sesame Street. She liked ties. Lies. I don't know. Back here again, man. This is why I walked away a few days ago, because this just doesn't make sense. But I'm gonna solve it. Okay, gotta do it. I can do this. Grandpa's arm candy. Grandpa's room. There's got to be somewhere in this house that tells us what that frickin' word is. There's got to be. What's that thing down there? I saw a little bug or something. Maybe there's some more of them. What are these things? Oh, cockroaches. Roach. Bugs. Grandpa's room closed for renovations. Bugs. Bugs. Bug. Roach. Pest. 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 Pies. Grandma was famous for her pies. No. Okay. Okay. Maybe whoever's making all that noise in the basement can help us out. But we've got to get in the basement. Grandpa's arm candy. Grandpa's sitting downstairs at the table. He's not even in that room. Maybe we give him the arm. He likes to gnaw on it. Everyone else is eating at the table. Grandpa, do you want this arm?
The dinner scene.
No. What is the reason why you can pick this arm up? Arm candy. The arm has fingers. He likes to suck on fingers. He does like to suck on fingers, doesn't he? So the fingers would be the candy of the arm, but fingers isn't a four-letter word. How many fingers are there? There's 5. No, there's no letters on there to make the word 5. Digits, fingers, metatarsals, carpals. Which one's toes and which one's fingers? I don't know. I'm going off track with that kind of stuff. Freckles, arm candy, arm candy, arm candy. Is there like bone? Bone? The bone is inside the arm. Bone. I don't think the letters are there to make the word bone. There's no B. Arms. Hand. I don't know. There's got to be, like everything else we picked up, we were able to stick places. But I'm betting where that arm has to be placed inside Grandpa's room. And so until we get in there, that arm is useless. Who's we? Why do I always say we? Because you're watching. We're here together. Yeah, I'm sitting to myself. I'm sitting to myself. I'm sitting here talking to myself. That is true. But it's all for the purposes of talking to you, the viewer, the watcher. So while I am, yes, sitting in a room, appearing to talk to myself to anybody that might walk past, I'm not actually talking to myself. I'm making conversation with you, the viewer, who'll be watching this in the future and wondering if maybe I should be committed. Is that what you're wondering or what I'm wondering? I don't know, like I am talking to myself right now. Shut up! I'm just rambling because I'm lost. Lost without a trace. Lost, never to be found. I don't know, man. I wandered around this house for ages the other day. I'm right back where I started. Running around the house with an arm. Well, museum. I don't think anyone lives here anymore. Don't know. There's a door here that you can't get through. I'm obsessed with crouching now because I didn't know I could. Say hello to Chris Kringle. Hey, Crispy. Starting to smell. Anything related to inside clues has to be inside. Look, maybe one of the trivia things that gets read out to you has the word that I'm looking for. And I need to revisit those. But I can't think of anything that stood out that mentioned Grandpa or Grandma. The Slaughter family, W.E. Slaughter, the one we just read. It's got to be something to do with this. It's got to be. Because I haven't used this for anything yet. Quick soda. Toggle window. No. Scroll up, scroll down, rotate object. Quick soda. Like it has 1939 on there. It's clear as day. Like that's gotta mean something. Enjoy something you can. Enjoy while you can. Quick soda. 1939. But why have 1939 on there if it's not a code to open that frickin' door downstairs? Like, do I go down there and put 1939 in there for the 1939th time? Bird. Like, I have no idea. Let's take a picture of... Just take a picture out the window near Grandpa's room. You can zoom in with the camera. Maybe I'll see something. Grandma, is that you? What's your name?
Megan.
No, it's not. It's more than 4 letters. You liar.
Lie to me. Let's get this camera out. Let's take a picture of the lock. Closed for renovations. Maybe you can't even get in here. It's closed for renovations. Oh, hang on a second. Maybe I got it in the wrong spot. That lock's kind of deceiving. Because when I saw that word that I just put in there, when I took the picture, right, it's actually in the one slot down. So I moved it up to be in line with that black line. Alright, if I try this, I'm going to flip the... If this works, I'm assuming the word has to be in line with this black line up here, right? Maybe it's got to be down one. Doesn't go there. It goes here. No, let's try it. Nah, it's in line with that black line. I said, look, you've tried everything else. You might as well put it up there and see what happens. No, okay. Maybe, you know, they are rather inbred. Maybe they can't say the word soda and they say sota. Is this sota? Sota? No. Okay. Packed. Packed.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm going to run around. I'm going to pause this recording while I run around the house because there's no point recording me running around gibbering to myself till I spot something else. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a look at these photos. A nice close look. Maybe. Nah. I thought maybe I'd see a picture of Grandpa with Grandma and there'd be a word. I'm going to go around and look at the pictures around the house now too, for the same reason. Maybe there's a family portrait. Grandma, Grandpa. Her, yeah, on, you know, on his arm candy. I wish I had a flashlight. And maybe there's a word on there. There's gotta be something. Obviously, there's gotta be something. Genius. It's like got here. Cows. Oh yeah, this here. I was thinking I needed to watch like Chainsaw Massacre 3, which I have downloaded so I can watch it. Because I thought I'd better watch it before I get any spoilers from this game, from the trivia in this game. Apparently they created the Sissy character for the game. They made like a little backstory for some characters just for the game, which is pretty cool. With permission from the creators of the characters in the movie, I think. So Sissy's not in any of the movies, and I don't think Johnny is either. I think they were creations
by Gun Media, I think they're called. Creators of the game. Yeah, they created them for the game. So it's pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to pause it again. If I find a picture of Grandma and Grandpa in happier times, I'll let you know. Back when she had 2 arms. Alright, here's a long shot. We'll try it.
Box office success. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. TCSM. Those letters are available on the little dialy doodad. So when I re-listened to that, I thought, TCSM. I just gotta find Grandpa's door. It's back this way. No? This way. Here we go. TCSM. I think those letters are here, yeah. T, C, S. Damn it, man. Hang on, I didn't see that before.
Gallows meat hook. After speaking with the MPAA and because of effect limitations, Toby Hooper and Kim Henkel made the decision to do the meat hooking scene without blood or gore. Production assistant Dorothy Pearl created a harness with a saddle that Terry McMinn, Pam, could wear. It was completed with nude stockings that crisscrossed the actress's body in the front and the back. The longest McMinn could hang on the hook with the harness was about 1 minute. Dorothy Pearl had to design the harness with the female anatomy in mind because all the weight was being distributed to the actress's lower region. According to the film's screenwriter Kim Henkel, one of the inspirations for the infamous meat hook scene was a scene in the 1931 film Frankenstein.
Haven't seen it. So, just goes to prove, no matter how many times I've done circles around this house, I missed that. I've been looking down low. Maybe I've got to do another lap around the house and just look at the ceiling. Maybe I'll see something else I haven't seen. Can I hang the arm on here? Yeah, I've walked past that a few times and just looked at the bucket and went, yep, and just kept going. I didn't look up. I need to look up. Let's try that. Yeah. There's a lot of gore up. There's a lot of hooks in this house. I was going to say, why do you need that many hooks in a house? Well, we know why. I suppose if you're like a hunter, a trapper, but you're not going to hang your meat in your house to smoke it or to dry it or whatever. So if you go to someone's house and you see this many hooks hanging around, you know something's up. Yeah, you just do another lap and look up. I walked around for a good 15-20 minutes. Didn't record it, just walked around. And couldn't find any pictures of Grandma. So, I don't know her name. So there's definitely more stuff down here.
I just don't know how to get in there. There's 3 different sets of stairs. They all lead to locked doors. I mean, as far as I know, you can't jump, but until recently, I didn't think you could crouch either. It was hitting buttons. Nah. Nothing's happening. Okay. Keep looking up. See if we can stumble across something else. Darkness. I tend to walk into things when I'm looking up though. This isn't easy. I suppose that I don't really need to look up. There were gallows there. I should have when I spotted the lower section of those. I should have looked up to, you know, why should I have? Good point. Why would you? I'm talking to myself again. Grandpa, what's your favourite 4-letter word? Give us a hand. Oh, sorry. You already gave me one. Please. Please, Grandpa, I beg of you. What's your favourite 4-letter word? What is it? What was your wife's name? Was she your wife? Was she just arm candy? Leatherface got a rather skinny wrist. Okay, we're looking up. We've got some water damage. Some mould. Yeah. Nothing in there with you. We got that. The Coke bottle, man. 1939. I can't believe that doesn't work. 1939, right there in line with the arrows. Does not work. Let's knock it up one. Who knows? Let's knock it down one. 1939. Maybe let's do it backwards. Right. Let's go. I'm reaching. I know. But you got to do these things. You never know. 1939. No. Let's go back upstairs. We'll play anagrams. Maybe we'll get lucky. 1939. I saw a number there at the corner of my eye and thought maybe it was related to a license plate. 1930. Hang on a second. Maybe it is related to a license plate. Let's look for a license plate that has 1939 on it. Maybe that's the year on the license plate, and then it'll give us a number. That makes pretty good sense to me. I'm going to try it. There's that license plate room. That makes pretty... Look at all these license plates. Could be just related to one of the ones I picked up. I just never made the connection. 1973. 1963. 72, 71, 70... 63. It's got to be, like, I could be onto something here. It makes perfect sense to me. Did they even have cars in 1939? And these are all going to be like around the time of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, although there is a 1963 one. 66. Maybe there's something written on the lampshade and I had to turn it on. No, it's just a creepy effect. There's nothing written there.
And plus the license plates have numbers and letters on them, whereas the lock on the door only has letters. Okay, look, I don't think it's... yeah. No. Nope. I think I went down the wrong track with that one. ATML. Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana. ATML. I don't think that all those letters are on there. ATML. I think they are actually. Closed Sundays. Anything under the bed? ATML. I'm going to try it because I don't know what else to do. Then maybe I'll just play some more anagrams, like I said. ATML. Anagram time. TA. Problem is, like if I'm going to do this, I need to write them down, so I'm not just doing the same things over and over again. Pace. Plat. Plap. Plam. Pow. See, I get sidetracked as I start being silly. Mosey. Most. Lost. Definitely. Cost. And it's going to annoy me. I think I've said this in a previous video when I couldn't figure a puzzle out. I just started trying random things till it worked. If I do solve it by doing this anagram stuff, it's going to annoy me that I didn't solve it the proper way. Maybe you can't even solve it unless you find what you need to find to give you the word to unlock it. Do you know what I mean? I probably can't even open this door until I find something. And then the game says, right, because you found that, now that 4-letter word will work. And I could put in the right word and it won't work. Hang on a second. Mate? Meat? Is there? No! Playing anagrams worked. And it makes perfect sense. What do they all like to... They love their meat. For frick's sake. It just popped them when I had... Like, I'm just gibbering away, ticking through the letters. And I had... What was it? M-A-A-T or something. And I'm like... It kind of... In my brain... I'm like, oh, that kind of looks like the word meat. And then something clicked. I was like, hang on a second. Let me try the word meat. No. Oh, look, it's solved now. Thank God it's solved. Thank God in heaven. If you believe in that sort of thing. It's solved. Right. Hallelujah. I'm freaking... Grandpa, can you teleport? Yeah, I'm like looking at the arm, you heard me. Trying to think of what it could mean. What the parts that make up an arm. Fingers, bones. You know, a bone. No, the letters aren't available to make the word bone. It never freaking clicked until I saw the word almost spelled out in front of my eyes. And then it was like, I think I said this when I was recording the other day. Is it just staring me right in the face? I'm walking through that room downstairs with all that hanging meat. I'm carrying around an arm. But you know why? Because you don't think of human remains as meat unless you're a sicko like these people. So it never clicked. Meat is candy to these people. It's everything. You're not going to jump at me, are you, Grandpa? Alright, where'd the little examine thing go?
Grandma's rocking chair. The remains of the mummified grandma, or even any mention of grandma, was not in the original script. Art director Bob Burns added her into the set to show that there were women in the family's history.
Well, they'd have to be. I mean, unless, which is quite possible, the kids weren't even his, he just kidnapped them all. Which is quite possible. And they just, you know, they're not even biologically his, they've just kidnapped kids from families and raised to call him Grandpa. That's quite possible. His head's moving. He's actually moving up here. That's the real Grandpa. The one downstairs is just a statue for the museum. Do not feed Grandpa. Creeping me out, Grandpa.
The Hitchhiker's origins. According to actor Edwin Neal, he based his performance of the hitchhiker on his nephew, who suffered from paranoid schizophrenia.
He did a pretty good job. He's actually one of the people that actually looked like they had some acting skill. Oh, you want the arm candy? I thought I was going in the basement then. Told you he liked his fingers. Did it. Finally. Meat. All this bloody time. Let's go hand this checklist in. See where we go next. And I'm actually going to go downstairs and see if Grandpa's still sitting there. Yeah, so these are just props for the museum. And that leather... I've got a feeling I'm being stalked. I think I mentioned it last time. Joking around. Is that Leatherface standing out there? Who took my photo upstairs? You. You like to take photos. Right, let's hand this in. Look at the stamp that's on there. A soda bottle. You know what number's going to work on that lock now? 1939. Like I said, it wasn't working because I hadn't finished the checklist, but now it will. Guaranteed. So let's go put it in. Look, it's not my fault. I solved the puzzle before I was allowed to solve the puzzle. I knew I had the right number. $19, $30. Hello?
Who's making all that noise down here? There's another checklist. Let's go grab it. Killing time in the rear basement. Pig-headed bad dancer with a killer arm. Hamburger. Basement storage. And frozen finger food. That's in the cold room. What I might do is get the files off the PlayStation and then come back and do this checklist once that's done. I'm interested to see who's down here. Alright, got the files off the PlayStation. Let's pick up with the basement checklist. I guess now we know what Grandpa's favourite 4-letter word is. Meat. It's just, yeah. Wandering around the whole time. Wondering what his favourite 4-letter word was. I just had to get in the mind of a psychopath. I wasn't thinking like a psychopath. Next time I get stuck, I gotta put myself in their mindset. Just try not to go down the dark path myself. Let's go. Killing time, pig-headed, bad dancer with a killer arm, hamburger, frozen finger food. Let's look around.
Skin. The practical effects of Leatherface's skin mask proved a difficult challenge for Bob Burns, the art director for the film. Mary Church, who had multiple responsibilities on the original film, including continuity and stunt coordination, noted that Bob spent weeks trying to come up with just homemade varieties of stuff that sort of looked like dried skin. I remember him being concerned about expression, or not being able to do expression, and that there probably needed to be other expressions maybe on the face.
Whatever he did a pretty good job.
Leatherface speaks. In the original script, the infamous dinner scene was quite different. Leatherface had scripted, though completely unintelligible, lines. As Gunnar Hansen recalls, they were written out. His first line is "A-A-A-O-U-U-U-Ber," and then "Abe-Goba Aji-Ima." According to Toby Hooper, these lines had actual meaning behind them. Hansen's script notes pointed out that the first line meant roughly, "How are you? Welcome home. Supper's almost ready." The next line meant, "I've been a good boy. I got 'em all."
I think he actually, it was good that he didn't speak. He sort of just made like... What's with the music kicking in? It's kind of taking me out of the zone. Yeah. I'm losing the immersion. I'm not one for music in games.
I like the immersion of feeling like I'm in the environment. I don't need music playing over the top of it, because then it just feels like I'm watching a movie. I want to feel like I'm in the movie, if you know what I'm saying.
Leatherface mask. The holes and markings on the forehead of Leatherface's masks represent a hammer to the head. Back then, cows were slaughtered in the head with a sledgehammer, so the holes appear on the forehead of Leatherface's masks to show continuity with how actual cattle were slaughtered.
I didn't even notice any holes in his mask in the movie, or the second movie. Wouldn't it be like if they were put there because he's wearing the faces of the people that they killed, and that's the hole in the skin of the victim? So we got to do, this is related to, I'm guessing, the pig-headed bad dancer with a killer arm. We need a pig head, bad dancer. I'm guessing what would make you a bad dancer? 2 left feet and a killer arm.
Tobe Hooper found novel ways to introduce drama into his picture. According to lead Marilyn Burns, Sally, Hooper would gossip around the set to create animosity between her and Paul Partain, who played Franklin. Toby would come up and tell me that Paul said something about me. Then Toby was going to Paul saying Marilyn said something about you, getting us really upset with each other. So we're doing this scene that didn't require any acting at all. I was ready to kill him.
Again, do you reckon that's a true story, or is it just something someone made up for an interview? Like the cutting of the finger. I looked at that already.
Leatherface speaks. In the original script, the infamous...
Yeah. These don't look like props in a museum to me. Somebody's here. Somebody's here. I want to check something. I'll turn that music off. And we'll get back upstairs. Oh, what do we got here? It's another little area. Where did I come in? I'm lost, man. There we go. I want to see if now that I turn the music off, this area upstairs with the photos in the room, would that affect the creepy voices and stuff happening? See, look, no creepy voices. There's knocking. Oh no, there we go. Heard a creepy voice. Oh, that's for my own curiosity. Because I kind of liked those effects, and I didn't want to miss out on those effects by turning the music off. Alright, come on. It's the only thing with games. Sometimes you turn the music off and it affects other things and you miss out on it. It's like, damn, I've got to leave the music on so I can hear the actual, you know, voices and ambience, which, glad I don't have to worry about that. Alright, so we've got a pig head there.
Masks. The Leatherface masks would become iconic, but they were hard to see through. Gunnar Hansen explained, the masks had one unfortunate feature. Their eye holes were small. They fit snugly, but not around my eyes. And the further the eye holes were from my face, the less I could see. It was like looking down a long tube. I could see only what was directly in front of me.
Aha! Got a pig head. Okay. Some feet and a killer arm. Now I know I can crouch. Let's... Oh, we got a lock on a freezer. Interesting. Let's keep that in mind. And a clue. Please stop using the freezer to store your lunch leftovers. Lock code reminder. Bones bracelet. Cast body. Bones bracelet. Cast body. BBCB. No, because of their numbers. Bones has 5 letters. Bracelet has 8 letters. Cast 4, body 4. I'm gonna go 5844. It's a bit too clever for a Slaughter family member, but that's an old classic, you know, code solving technique. Just go how many letters are in the word. 5 844. 5 844. Nope. Okay, like I said, that was a bit too clever for a Slaughter family member. I did count the letters correctly, right? Yes, you did. Okay. I mean, another one I could try is B is the second letter of the alphabet, B is the second letter of the alphabet, C is the third, and B is the second. Let's go 2 2 3 2. Again, that's a bit too... Well, let's try it. 2 2 3 2. Nah. Alright. It's worth a shot. Arranged bones. Some say you can read the future by burning bones. But what about freezing them? Especially in the shape of the number 4. So we've got a number 4. Bones 4. There we go. So we got the first number. Cast. You'd be a bad dancer if you had a broken leg, but we can't add this to our inventory. Impossible to tell how it lost its toes. 2 toes. So there's another number. I reckon Grandpa, maybe he does have a fetish for toes as well as fingers. Alright, so we got a number for cast is 2. Got a 4 and a 2. We need a bracelet, and what was the other thing? A body. Here's a bracelet. Almost looks like a peace sign. Not really, there's 3 fingers there, not 2. It's the elite, the elite, the elite, the elite. So we've got 3. Two, 3, sorry, 4, 3, 2. We need a body. 432. Here's the body. A hanging body. A body now posed in an unusual position. Well, not really. Not for our purposes. How you going? 4, 3, 2, 8. 4, 3, 2. Frozen finger food. Should we take some to go? Yeah, I'm starting to put myself too much into the mind of a psychopath, but maybe it'll help us get out of here alive. Okay. Cast members only. Where to next? Things are getting a bit weird. I don't know if I want to go down that way yet. Let's get back to the main room. I thought I opened those. This place is huge. Huh? Basement storage use item. Is this laid out exactly like the house in the game? When you play online? Kind of looks like it is, some of it. Good way to learn the map. Oh. This place is freaking huge, man. Okay, so the other doors that we found down the bottom of the stairs look like you can't use them anyway. And that's a different door that goes towards a furnace. I'm lost. Just going around in circles. Yeah, I'm lost.
How the music is made. Numerous instruments used by Wayne Bell to create the music were children's musical toys. According to Bell, many of the instruments used to create the music of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre were cymbals, xylophones, and shakers. Being that Bell is a drummer, a substantial number of cymbals were used. The audio team also used Bell's K stand-up 5-string bass with a movable bridge which allowed them to change how high off the board the strings are. This brought out the strong sounds of the bass. Additionally, the sound team used a bow, plucking and rubbing various items on it.
Oh yeah. The old K stand-up 5-string bass with a movable bridge.
It's an oldie. It's an oldie but a goodie. Okay, I guess if you're a musician, you know what that is. It's like a K stand-up 5-string bass with a movable bridge. Very specific. Changes how high off the board the strings are. The sound team used a bow, plucking and rubbing various items on it. Like Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin. Used to use a violin bow or a cello bow on the strings of the guitar. Okay, this is a different door. Yeah, that one was locked from the other side upstairs. I need a map. Killer arm. An arm with a very specific use. Whose arm's that? Is that one of the OC? It went black there, look at that. Blacked out. Lack of oxygen down here. Getting hungry. Don't turn to cannibalism. Left leg, human body should only have one of these, right? Yeah, I was right. 2 left feet. So yeah, it was this, because I haven't played all the characters in the online mode yet. Do one of them have a killer arm? I wonder. I've only really played as... I played one game with Leatherface, one game with Cook when I was trying to learn how to play the game, and then I've played Hitcher a few times because I like him. Severed hand. Let me give you a hand. Hello?
Mask, prop, or wardrobe for the role of Leatherface. When Gunnar Hansen had his first meet and greet for the role of Leatherface, Toby Hooper and Kim Henkel were impressed with his size and stature. When Gunnar walked through the doorway into their meeting, Hooper noticed how much space of the doorway Gunnar took up. They knew right away that Gunnar had the physical traits for the iconic role.
They could have went with that, was it Franklin? It was in the wheelchair, because like, yeah, he had the similar build. But then I don't know if he was as tall, because he was in the wheelchair the whole time. I couldn't really tell how tall he was. I wonder if he tried out for the part because he had the, Jesus man, what's... Because he had the size for it. Well, that's another left leg. No more leg days for this person. I leave the jokes up to me. It's got my kind of sense of humour though. I like it.
Skin. The practical...
Oh, we did that one. Okay, at least I sort of know where I'm at now. I've got the checklist right here. Can't even see what this is because everything just goes black.
Fake blood. The blood splatter effect on Leatherface's apron during the Franklin death scene required corn syrup, food coloring, and a lot of spitting. Makeup artist Dorothy Dottie Pearl, director Toby Hooper, and even boom operator Wayne Bell knelt by Franklin during the shooting. As Leatherface slashed, the three took mouthfuls of blood and spit it at him. "For me, this was just a delight," said Bell. "I care nothing about horror movies, but this was pretty playful."
Making a horror movie would be a lot of fun.
Like with if you were using practical special effects, which are the best, and I don't see why you wouldn't, because it'd just be fun to do. I'd love to spend a day on the set when they were doing that sort of stuff. It'd just be hilarious. Behind the scenes sort of stuff like that. Spitting blood. Or fake blood. Be long and grueling for some of the cast members, having to sort of do take after take after take after take, but for like just someone to go and hang out and witness that stuff happening, it'd be fun. And I'm sure they have fun, like they just said then, they had fun too. I got all the parts I need right for this. Got the 2 left feet. Got the arm. Okay, that's 2 down. Hamburger basement storage. Hand. I've got a hand. There was a mincing thing somewhere. We've got to mince this hand. And killing time. Or killing time. Killing time. Killing time. Rear basement. Maybe something to do with a clock. Killing time. Maybe it's a clock made out of a corpse. I can see that. Alright. That's in the rear.
All natural masks. Art director Bob Burns performed a significant amount of trial and error to perfect the Leatherface mask. Ultimately, he landed on liquid latex and thin insulation, which aged naturally and yellowed.
Well, there you go. That he did. Like I said before, whatever he did, it worked. And there you go. That's what he did. I didn't see that one before above the... It's so dark in here, man. I've got the brightness cranked up. I don't want to crank it anymore because then when you go into a bright area, it looks too bright. But a flashlight would be handy for these dark areas. Yeah, you go into a bright area because you've cranked the brightness to see in the dark and it's just too bright. So I don't want to touch it. I don't want to turn it up too much further. Do I have to cook the hand after I mince it, I wonder? Where's that mincer at? I don't think it was down this way. Could be wrong. There's human head. Perhaps its body is terrorizing Sleepy Hollows. What's that for? Killing time? Look up as well. Not just down, look up as well.
Playing with fire. Early on during filming, Gunnar Hansen asked Toby Hooper, "How are we going to shoot the scene where I get chainsawed in the leg?" Toby Hooper replied, "I don't know, but don't worry about it because it's the last shot of the movie." For the climactic ending of the film, the crew wrapped a metal sheet around Gunnar Hansen's leg with a stake taped to it, and a blood bag taped on top of that. Originally, he thought it was a crew member who would run the chainsaw cutting into Gunnar's leg. But Gunnar insisted he would do it himself for fear of the crew member accidentally sawing his leg. The saw didn't have its actual teeth attached to it, so they had to make modifications to the saw itself. At first, Gunnar thought he had sawed his leg, but his leg did become badly burned from sawing into the metal plate that was protecting it.
Jeez, man. Some of the stories from the stuff that happened in this movie, it's a wonder nobody died. Still looking for this mincing machine that I saw earlier. Masks. It was down that way somewhere. Did that one. I wish they removed the little icons on there so you knew which ones you'd done and which ones you hadn't. There's a clock. Killing time. Look, it's got to be it. Jackpot. Here it is. Alright. This is his hand. That's the last one we need. I haven't even searched this whole area completely yet. That's quick. Oh, do I go turn it in or keep looking around? Is there another checklist somewhere down the back area? There might be. I did that one that was the musical score. Musical score, the music instruments. Let's go hand this checklist in. Wrong button. This place is a maze. Ooh. This way? No, I'm lost. This way. Nope. This way. We got another leg. A right leg. So just to throw you off the, you know, in case you didn't think of two left feet, they give you a right one as well. A leg a day keeps the doctor away, and the coroner very close by.
Real torture. During Sally's torture scene, her screams ultimately led her to shout, "I'll do anything you want," which Marilyn Burns later recollected was the dirtiest thing you could say. It was pretty damn serious. Nowadays it comes out of everybody's mouth. Now they're doing it for free, they're jumping into it. But in those days, I'll do anything you want. You just didn't say that. You never said that. Burns continues, though, that Sally's torturers, the Slaughter family, don't comprehend that because it's not the result they desire. Rather, she feels that they're so sexually repressed that they can only manifest desire as sadistic cruelty. What makes them even more horrific is the sense that they gather excitement by watching women suffer.
Remember in the second movie, this is all referenced in the first movie though. In the second movie, Leatherface got a bit randy. He started to have impure thoughts, not just about cruelty. Puberty hit him late.
Behind-the-scenes photo, Bull. During research production for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, Gun Interactive's creative director Ronnie Hobbs, executive producer Ishmael Vicens, and brand strategy lead Matthew Zepp traveled to dozens of locations in rural Texas. Thousands of photos were taken to capture the essence and authenticity of the Texas countryside. During one of these trips, the team at Gun stumbled onto a farmhouse they thought was abandoned, but little did they know they would meet a new friend. A massive bull in a nearby gated field with horns that stretched 4 feet end to end. However, the gate itself was not closed, so the team from Gun found themselves face to face and only 5 feet on the other side of this open gate, with this giant freak of nature. The Gun crew were initially terrified, but they carefully and meticulously walked around the fence while keeping their eyes on this massive creature. They were able to shut the gate, and any crisis was thankfully avoided.
How did I even get in here, man? There's like 3 ways out of here. Okay, I think I came in through the door. I've got to get out there. It's going to have to look over here first. Got a bedroom. Chainsaws. Alright, turn it off. Calm down. I think these are the chainsaws you use in the game. It sounds like a number code. See how like they revved a different amount of times?
Banned in the UK. The film was banned in over 10 countries, including Great Britain and Germany. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre managed to have screenings in London, England in late 1974, but by February of 1975, the BBFC decided to ban the film, as they were uncomfortable about the threats toward the film's climax and the explicit use of abnormal psychology, and refused to even give the film an X rating. In 1982, the former Prime Minister of England, Margaret Thatcher, along with socially conservative activist Mary Whitehouse, formed the Video Nasties, which led to the banning of several horror films in the United Kingdom. Additionally, in the early years of Prime Cable, channels like HBO refused to air the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Many cable channels avoided the film at all costs.
It's funny, man, because I only watched it recently, for the first time a few weeks ago, and it's pretty tame by today's standards. Like, they did go through a period back there. The censorship got a bit out of control, kind of like it is now, with certain things. But with
horror movies and stuff getting X ratings. Wait, today, they'd probably be just rated M.
Maria Flores photos. Several of the photos used for Maria Flores' story were taken near a massive sunflower field that seemed to go on for miles. While stunningly beautiful, this area was also infested with rattlesnakes. Thankfully, the Gun Interactive crew persevered after a few close encounters with the venomous snakes, and were able to capture thousands of photos to help build the lore of our game's catalyst, Maria Flores.
Oh dear, what a gorgeous specimen. Still gotta find this checklist hander in a spot. But I'm completely frickin' lost. Aha, here we go. It's just so dark there. Yes, so that's the door we came in. Next time we get lost, look for a blue door frame. Right there. Okay, here we go. Done. Chainsaw. Yeah, I knew those chainsaws. It was funny how they each one I pressed had a different number of revs. So we need to pay attention to that. That'll give us a number sequence. But to be used where? It's got to be another locked door in here somewhere. Circles. Ah, there's a lock on this gate here. Okay. That's got to be the chainsaws. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Chainsaws. Okay, 4, 1. 3. 2. 4, 1, 3, 2. Pretty sure I looked at everything. I'm gonna have to do one more lap. Then we'll do 4, 1, 3, 2. I just want to make sure I had a look at all the trivias.
Behind the scenes.
4, 1, 3, 2. Pretty easy number to remember.
Chainsaw. Gun Interactive digitally scanned an original chainsaw model that was used in the 1974 film. and then made the necessary adjustments to ensure it was as accurate as possible to what was seen on film nearly 50 years ago.
I think they did a really good job with the game. I really do. Like the movie, like I said, I probably gave it a 6 out of 10. Maybe if I'd have seen it when I was younger, I would have been, more nostalgically invested in it and thought it was a better movie. But seeing it for the first time, back then it was probably like a really cool movie, but nowadays I'm like, yeah. The game, they did a really good job. The look, the feel, the atmosphere. It gave me a deeper appreciation for the movie. All this, behind the scenes stuff. If I was to watch the movie again, yeah, I'd probably like it more thanks to playing this game. So they did a good job with that. I think for anybody who hasn't seen the movie, you should give it a watch after playing this game, or after watching me play this game. The movie, it's not the greatest, but for an old horror movie, it's pretty cool. Like I said, now I'll probably watch it again, actually. Might watch it again. Might just be one of those movies, sometimes you see a movie and you're like, eh. And then you see it again a couple of years later and you're like, eh. And then it sort of grows on you like a fungus and becomes one of your favourite movies. But a couple of movies that have done that for me. This might be one of those. I don't think there's anything else in here. Let's go do the chainsaws. Because I'm just rambling on now. Ramble on. Like if you were trying to escape some psycho family, like if I was, and I was in the basement like this, I'd be lunch. Because I get lost so easy. Okay, here we go. We're here. Can you remember the number? Let's take a guess. I kind of got sidetracked. 4 1 3 2. At least I'm good with my numbers.
Is someone there? Hello?
Hello? I knew I heard someone.
Help! Help me!
Where?
Please. Thank God! Listen to me. My name is Maria. Maria Flores. Please, find a way to get me out of here. I'm begging you. I don't want to die. Please.
No. Oh, he's still there. He's still at the front. What's this?
stretch of road. Gunnar Hansen had several weeks to physically prepare for his role as Leatherface. I started walking in my neighborhood before dawn, but quickly tired of the dogs chasing me. So I found a field, paced off a mile, and then started walking and jogging. Soon I was jogging that mile, and eventually I could run the entire distance.
Freaking Leatherface got me. What the hell? So we unlocked some new stuff, is that what happened? Who does he chase down when they're trying to leave? Cook. Oh, the cook beat Hitcher with a broomstick? Is this just for like mucking around purposes? Because they're all victims. I think this is just for mucking around purposes. So you can do your own little cinematic storyline? I don't know. Is that it? Is that the only ending you can get? Why did I just have a seizure right there in black? Hey. It disappeared. Yeah, it's mucking around purposes. Okay, let's go see what Leatherface does. His ropes are gone. Boo! Yeah. Let's go see what else changed. Oh, another button. Maybe I am supposed to recreate, like, the movie ending. Oh, that's it pretty much there. Oh, this one. Huh. That's cool. Isn't that what happens? I don't know. If you haven't seen the movie, you might want to watch it if you don't want to see spoilers. Probably should have done that to begin with. That's why I did. I thought I'm going to watch a movie before I play this game. What about over here? So no more checklists. I thought it was going to lead to another part of the tunnels where I could do another checklist. I was getting into it. Leatherface got me.
Nothing else out here. We did that one. Nothing left to do now but to play some more of the online mode. Haven't done any runs as a victim yet, because I always get thrown in as the killer, so I kind of embraced that. Seems like everybody always queues up to play victims. It's hard to get a victim game on PS4. What's this one? So these are game characters as far as I'm aware. Johnny there, following a bloody footprint. Who's this dude? I don't know who this guy is yet either. Poor chicken. I don't get the purpose of these little doodads, just for funsies. Hiding in the flowers. Go back in the house and see what's changed, or am I going to get jumped again? Cutting his own hand. They're gone.
The dinner scene.
They're gone. Why are they gone? They can't be real because I was able to swap them. They weren't. They were just props. Don't know who that character is. It's like Grandma. Before she became a corpse. I don't know if I'm supposed to be solving some kind of puzzle here and like putting all these characters in the correct sequence that, you know, that happened in the movie, and then it's going to unlock something else. Might have to look into that, like watch my video back and see exactly what it said when I got killed by Leatherface, because I wasn't really paying attention. Is this another puzzle mode, or like I said, just for funsies?
Blood bag. Yeah, so that's in the online mode. Not in the movie. Yeah, so this is just... I don't know. This really serves no purpose. Yeah, this is all just related to the game. Just laying his little trap that you can lay in the game. Buddy, I want to go out there. You're in my way. Thank you. Alright. Okay, well, I think I'm going to put an end to the museum mode video. Because this stuff is... You know, these little things don't really mean anything. We solved it. We finished it. We died. Leatherface executed me with his chainsaw. In classic Texas Chainsaw style. It was good. I liked it. The museum mode was fun. Frustrating at times. Especially when we couldn't find a way to get into Grandpa's room here. Drove me insane. But we got there. Hey, Grandpa. Don't look at me like that. They're my fingers. I'm keeping them. See, there's no other buttons to push up here. I'll have one little last look downstairs. Maybe we can rescue Maria Flores. I'm a ghost. I came back from the grave to rescue her. Cold room storage. Let's try and find this gate that I went through. Yeah, I could hear her voice, but I couldn't see her. It sounded like she was off to my right there somewhere. Calling out for help. There's a well. Maybe she was there behind the wooden floorboards, behind the wooden wall there, and I couldn't see her. Okay, that's gonna do it. In the museum mode. Head back upstairs. Wrap it up. So I hope you had fun listening to my ramblings. Hope you had a laugh here and there. And I hope you keep watching me play some of the online stuff. Because it is fun. And it'll be interesting to play as a victim, and it'll probably add a bit more like tension to it for me, to see if I can actually escape running around as a killer. There's really no pressure, you know what I mean? It's fun, and it's cool to run around and play the killer, but it sort of doesn't have that same tension, you know, that I'm sure playing as the victim does. Did the victim one time in the rush week mode, and yeah, it's a bit more of a rush because you're being hunted. So I kind of want to play as a victim and see what it's like to be hunted in a video game. No desire to do that in real life. So for any of you stalkers out there, I'm right, thanks. But I'm going to end it there. Let's head out to the highway. That's the wrong button. That's your crouch button, not your run button. We might as well end it by saying goodbye to Leatherface out here. Bastard that killed me. Oh, look, he just twitched. You in there? Bubba. Oh, that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching me play through the museum mode of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Hope you had fun. Had a laugh along the way at my expense. Or just thought I was mildly entertaining. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks to all my current subscribers. Thanks for sticking with me. Hope you're enjoying the content. And stay tuned for some more Texas Chainsaw Massacre online multiplayer asymmetrical see if I can live or die stuff. I'll see you then.